To live a healthy lifestyle with sickle cell is very important because, for one, you'll feel a lot better, especially if taking the medications that they're given to you. I know missing a dose can definitely cause some effects. I mean, I've tried to be like, okay, yeah, I'm okay. I don't have to take it today, and I be in the worst pain or whatever situation. I have a whole sickle cell crisis.
Yeah, well, with sickle cell, you learn to like to take pills just because from an early age you're in the hospital, you have to take the pills. But definitely for a drug like hydroxyurea or even just like folic acid or B complex, there are things you have to take every day because you know they impact your life positively. You know, because you're taking hydroxyurea or because you're taking folic acid, you know they go into your body and they help your body. They help your body fight against sickle cell. They help your body fight against just the symptoms and the bad things that it can bring. So it's important to take it every day. It's very, very important.
I try to keep like a balanced meal. So like I'll have meat, grain, and I'll try to eat a vegetable. I'm really particular about that.
My heaviest, I was like 158 pounds, and I'm short. So when I recognized all that weight was gained, I was moving slower, back aches. It causes a lot more pain that I definitely didn't notice, that I didn't know. So I was like, okay, I look good, but at the same time, you don't feel good. It slows you down. My heart rate was like speeding all the time. I had a lot of fast heart rate. So it's different when you gain weight for certain people. I can't say the same for everybody, but having a good weight is a lot healthier than you would think with sickle cell.
With getting older, you kind of have to be more conscientious of what you do to your body, especially like say if you went to college, you have a tendency to eat junk food. So if you have the tendency to eat junk food, you know, okay, I need to cut myself off. I need to eat more vegetables. That will like help my body process things such as like my red blood cells, drink more water, because we have a tendency not to drink a lot of water at times, and like exercising. And when we exercise, we can't overexert ourselves, because if we overexert ourselves, we could be put ourselves into a crisis. So it's finding a balance in everyday life.
There's lots of dietary recommendations made all the time for patients, with various chronic illnesses. For sickle cell disease in particular, there's really nothing specific that brings out a crisis in the diet. Although we do tell, I think if you're healthier and you're not overweight and you exercise and eat well, your disease will be easier to manage because you're going to not have those other problems compounding it. We do recommend and we follow and we monitor vitamin D in patients with sickle cell disease. Vitamin D is very important because we've learned over the last few years that one of the causes of sickle cell crisis, besides just the actual mechanical change of shape under certain conditions like dehydration, there's also an inflammatory component. So inflammation leads to sickling, which then leads to crisis. And we have learned that vitamin D, actually, one of the many things vitamin D does is decrease and control inflammation in the body. So by having a good vitamin D level is very important. So many of our patients are on vitamin D supplementation. The other vitamin that we recommend patients take is folic acid. Folic acid is a vitamin that kind of helps keep the red cells intact, and it gets consumed more rapidly in patients with sickle cell disease because the red cells don't live as long. So we recommend that they take folic acid either as a supplement or in the way of a multivitamin. So there's no specific recommendations regarding sports and exercise in terms of restrictions. We think everybody should participate to the best of their ability using common sense and universal precautions. What I personally do in my own practice is try to, gear patients towards things that they're more likely to participate well in. For example, a sport like tennis, where you're not, versus a sport like soccer, where you're running around, where you never stop. Maybe more may be easy for some patients to participate in at a higher level, but they also have to be realistic about their participation in sports. And if if you're playing lacrosse or football, you may not have the same ability to compete as somebody who doesn't have sickle cell disease, and that's something that I think it's important for the parents to work on with their children at a young age, and be realistic about your capabilities.